Hi, in this session I'm going to show you how to customize the y-axis. So here it is an example of how we customize it. Instead of having Excel plot the y-axis based on some values, we're having Excel plot it based on some text kind of descriptions that represent the values. And basically it's two charts that are put into a combination chart. We have a scattered chart and we also have a column chart. Now first we need to have a table here that puts together the scatter chart, and we have our x and y axis. The x-axis is always going to be 0, so it will always line up here at the 0 point, and the y-axis will represent the different labels we want to put on there. So for example, we have very low here, it's 0.01, and to very high, which is 0.95 up to here. So in this example I kind of made it very simple from 0% to 100%. So that is the first part of this particular chart. The second part of the chart is, of course, the eventual values you want to represent, which will show you where it's very low to very high. So this is just a table that has some different ratios for different items, and it's represented by a column chart here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this is done. So first off, I want to attribute this tip to a site called superuser.com, and I believe the person who put together the instructions for this is N. Hinkle. That's user ID. So I just wanted to attribute that to this person, but this is the steps that are provided. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some information here on sheet 2 and go through the steps. So I've already got some information laid out. This is the table that I will use for the scatter chart, and this is the table I will use for the column chart. So first we want to create the scatter chart, and I'm going to go ahead and select the table here and go under Insert and Scatter. So I'm going to select a scatter with only markers here, and what it's going to do is it's going to present this particular chart. So what I'm going to do here is massage the chart a little bit. So we have to do some things to make it a little bit more presentable in our combination chart. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and select Data. And you can see here when I select this table, it's not really in the way I want to have it laid out. I want to switch the columns and make the legend entry, the series data, the different categories, moderately fast to are you kidding. So this is for speeds of cars, sample cars here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the column, and after that I need to edit some of this data. So if I click the first one and go on and click Edit, you'll see that it's selected the series name correctly, but the X values it has not. It selected the header row here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that, select it and delete it, and then just click the X value here. And for the Y value, I'm going to select that. You can see it's selected this area here. I'm going to go ahead and click delete that and select the Y value for moderately fast. So I'm going to do that for the other series fast. We'll go ahead and see that selected correctly, but the X values, I'm going to go ahead and select that, delete, select the X value there, delete that, select the Y value there, and the same for very fast. Go ahead and select that, delete, select the X value there, select the Y value there, delete that, select that one there for very fast, and then the last one, the are you kidding. Edit that and selected that series name correctly, select the X value, so delete that, select that, delete that, and then select that. So I'll go ahead and click OK. You can see now they're all lined up at 0, but at different Y values. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So what I can do now right now is kind of put this aside here and create this chart. So I'm going to go ahead and select this table here, go under Insert, Column, select the 2D column. I'm going to bring this over here to make it easier to see. So what I can do now is select this chart and then do a Control C to copy and then paste it into this chart, because what it's going to do is now it's going to paste the background content of the values from that chart into here. So once I select this chart, I'll just press Control V to paste it, and what you'll see now that it's turned the chart into a scatter chart too. But that's okay. We're going to do some editing of the chart, and then we're going to change it back into a column chart, and I'm just going to go ahead and make it a little bit bigger so it covers that one for now. So there are some things that we need to do to change it now. So what we need to do is get rid of these markers and add the label for this particular table right here. So I'm going to go and click on each one, right click it, and select Add Data Labels, and do the same thing here. Right click, Add Data Labels, right click, Add Data Labels. And once that's done, I can edit the data labels. So I'm going to go ahead and click the data label, right click, and go under here, Format Data Labels. A window is going to come up with the Format Data Labels, and I'm going to change the label contains to series name. So that's going to change to series name, and uncheck the Y value. You can see that that has been changed right now. And I don't need to close this window now. I can go ahead and just click the other series values and do the editing. So select that, series name, get rid of the Y value check, select the very fast, select that series name and get rid of the Y value, and select that one, series name, and get rid of the Y value. So once that's done right now, once I have the label set, I want to delete these markers. So I'll go ahead and close this, and I'll select the first marker here, and right click and go under Format Data Series, and go under Marker Options and select None. And you can do the same thing here without closing this window. Just select the other one, Marker Options, None, and click that, go into Marker Options, None, and the same here, click that, Marker Options, None. So I can go ahead and close that, and the next thing I want to do is I'll go ahead and actually turn this into a chart now. Once I select that, you can see the chart, this particular series of data selected. I'm going to go ahead and right click that and go under Change Series Type. You can also do it up here, but I'm going to do it into here. Alright, right clicked it, select that, and then I'm just going to go under Column. So I'm going to select the clustered column, go ahead and double click that, and you can see that it's kind of moved it out over here. There's this empty space here, but we can take care of that later. I don't like these grid lines, so I'm going to go ahead and delete them. I'm going to select that and just press the delete key. And what I want to do now is I want to format the axis. So I'll go with the y-axis first because I want to get rid of these numbers. So I'm going to select that and right click and go under Format Axis. And where it says Axis Labels, which are these, I'm going to set it to None. You can see now it's disappeared. So let's go ahead and close that out. And let's go ahead and change the axis setting here. We have a big empty space here. We want to move the y-axis closer over here. So I'm going to select the axis here, right click that and go into Format Axis, and then go under Vertical Axis Crosses. So this is 0 and this is 1. So I'm going to go ahead and have the vertical axis cross at category 1. So once I select that, and if I tabbed it, you can see now it changes that when I tabbed it. And I can also just click Close, so I'll just go ahead and click Close. So now we're further along. Let's go ahead and move these labels over a bit. We don't want them to be crossing over the line here, so I'm going to select that, and I'm just going to ever so gently try to keep it horizontally where it was, but just move it over here vertically. Move it over here so it kind of matches up to the line here. Select that and just kind of move it over. Select that and kind of, well, that one's already kind of moved over, so that's okay. Select that, kind of move it over here. We don't need this legend, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that, select that, and just press the delete key. So with this line, there's not really a lot that you can do with it to make it disappear. What we can do is just kind of cover it and hide it. And the way that we can do that is go under Insert and insert a shape. I like to use the rectangle shape, so I'm just going to go ahead and click that and bring it over here and just kind of cover it a little bit. I don't have to make it really big, and just cover it a little bit. You can see it's going to give some default color. What I'm going to do now is when I right click that, I'll go ahead and go under here and select the fill to a white color, and then select the outline, the shape outline, to none, no outline. So what it essentially did is it just covered it up. And I can give a title to this. I click into the chart area. I'll go ahead and give it a title. Let's call it something like, let's go above the chart. Let's call it Fast Cars. And let's give these a little bit more different color. We can go under the format, under the chart tools, and I'll give it a red kind of beveled color look. And there we have it. We've got our column charts, and we've got these customized Y labels. Oh, another thing to also kind of maybe add to this chart is the labels on the top for each one. So I can just right click that and add a data label, and it adds the data labels of the speed. 108 for a Prius, 209 quickest speed for the Mercedes, and this Barabus TKR, it can reach 270 miles per hour. So that's the way you can create a customized y-axis on a chart. It's basically a combination chart of a scatter chart and a column chart in this example. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos from me, click here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and leave a comment below. I'd like to hear from you and hope to see the feedback. Also, do you think others might benefit from this video? If so, click the share text below. YouTube will automatically provide a shortened link to this video and give you options to share on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and other social networking sites. Again, thanks for watching.